beef? Why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize, right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who you
pool house
are.
is torn apart, okay? It's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam, okay? I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment,
Welcome, everyone. I'm going to do the YouTube game thing. I wasn't going to talk about this. Actually, I wasn't, but I was on a friend's stream debating Geeks and Gamers versus Geeks and Gamers. And I said I love Saggy Melonz. I support her channel. I support everyone here, too, even if they still don't follow Saggy. I think she's got great commentary. But I said I have a problem with your title, your video, because they are not Geeks and Gamers. They're not. They're politics, trolls plus politics. They're known liars. And if you really, why did I title my video why you shouldn't support them? Do I want them canceled? No. I just want them to be better. Is that too much to ask? Probably, but I'm not going to stop asking for people to be better. They are known liars and SJWs. That's they are the thing they hate. We criticize articles. We criticize other movie pundits. I should be able to criticize them, and I'm not going to stand it for any of my friends just saying I'm hating on them when I take their exact words. My whole channel is proof of the bullshit they do. And pal RJ is in here.
Hello.
Hey RJ, thanks, pal.
You can hear me, right?
Yes, I will admit that last stream that mic was horrendous.
The one I did last time.
Gone back to the debate where criticizing people's words is an attack, which I'm not going to stand for. And I basically every single person in the movie game criticizes other reporters, articles, and everything. So it is fair to criticize what they're doing. And the benefit of the doubt, the well has dried up. For the benefit of the doubt with these fools, they are known liars and SJWs. They constantly engage with trolls like Data Eraser on Twitter. And who's the guy that made that Kelly Marie Tran documentary, How You Can't Prove She Was Harassed? Ichibaka. These are known SJWs just on the opposite side that go and scrub through people's Twitter history and try to cancel them.
That's the problem, man. That's the problem. There's so much hypocrisy on so many sides.
That's why I made this.
It gets ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I made this. Do we accurately criticize both sides? I try as much as I can, but as much as they like you to believe the SJW boogeymen, the majority of them are just weirdos on Twitter. The actual SJWs on YouTube, the majority of them in the movie talk game are the Friday Night Tights and Geeks and Gamers Circle echo chamber. And I also got criticism of saying, calling out Krista Nova and X-Ray Girl. Where I say that is they try to do, guilt by association. They try to do absolution by association. Whenever they get in trouble, they try to reach out and be friendly with other people and say, oh, we're not that bad. We're not actually misogynist. They constantly point out we can't be bad behavior with misogyny when we have this lady around. It's a virtue signal. So that's exactly what SJWs do as well. Do I have a problem with Krista Nova or X-Ray Girl being associated with them? No, I just want to hear their thoughts. I watched the Friday Night Tights clip the other week where X-Ray Girl actually said something, and of course Gary's like, as a joke, oh, you've said too much shut up now, just because they know the criticism, but that's basically all you get from them. So they do not have diversity of thought. They point to it when they're in trouble to say we have people associated in our circles, but not the on-screen talent that brings in the hate clicks. It's not there. The stream earlier I was a little frustrated with because I had so much to say. I do also have to say
it was kind of chaotic.
Well, I do also have to say why are Geeks and Gamers bad? They are completely bad for actual geeks and gamers, for the fandom and the industry. They constantly lie about and people in entertainment and talent, and fearmonger, and again, saying false flags and stuff. And this is just one example of Alex Jones. That's okay. That's just entertainment. But like, say, Brie Larson in a Nissan commercial saying, "Don't compromise, ladies. Go strive for the best." That's something to mock. Or comparing, like in Gina Carano's situation, I never hashtag Gina getting fired or anything. That comparing, and I've gone back. I've realized my mistakes in the past. People have the rights to their own bodies. I'm not saying anyone should get a jab or wear a mask. I have my beliefs, and I'm not trying to push on anyone else there. Just like I think you have to be consistent with all laws on what people do with people's bodies, including women. Even though I'm not going to get political here. I don't like what happens, but it's not my place. It doesn't affect me. So I think you have to be consistent of my body, my rights, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where something I don't like, but I have no room to tell people, impose what I think they should do on there. They have the rights to their medical decisions. But comparing a mask to the genocide that certain people and their families have faced is extremely disgusting. And it is hyperbolic and the biggest false equivalency there is. This is the problem. We're not canceling them, but there's a difference in knowing you're being ignorant and hyperbolic, and then doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on it, and making celebrity out of ignorance. Because that's Alex Jones in a nutshell. He's the biggest ignorant doofus on the internet, and he's celebrated. But Brie Larson said one thing once, where you could find so many clips of Alex Jones, and he's celebrated. Like our pal Lunga said, you could tell their moral fiber by what they have a high tolerance for. I'm not calling them myths. I never have. I say they use that as gaslighting for the audience, because when people call them myths, they're like, look at this crazy person on the internet.
Mm.
But they have a high tolerance for ignorance, prejudice, false statements, because it's entertainment. But someone making a bad comment like Brie Larson or Simu Liu, they're okay with that. The only thing they want is progress. Or can people that want progress be hypocritical? Yeah, because guess what? Everyone needs to be better. That's the difference. The wanting to be better, wanting to improve things instead of doubling down and promoting bad behavior.
Yeah,
you know?
It's just, I don't understand how people can be supportive of hypocrisy.
Well, they are SJWs at this point. That's for I think the one time I made a mistake, I make mistakes too. The one time I made a mistake was with the James Gunn situation. I didn't promote him getting fired, but I said I don't care because I didn't like Guardians 2, and I did not like his comments. But if I'm anti-SJW and anti-cancel culture, I should be against that. And then I applauded when they hired him back, though. I changed my mind. I'm like, you know what? I got to be consistent here. There's a lack of consistency here. There's a lot of people that were retweeting stuff about him having an inappropriate Halloween party back in the day when he got hired for Suicide Squad 2 within the group. Not the main. I didn't see Jeremy or anyone do that, but there's been a lot of that from the group. And a lot of people they support, and that's extreme cancel culture.
Mm.
Okay. I don't know how do you feel that stream went earlier, RJ?
I mean, you know, it's tough when you're hosting a debate stream like
Yeah.
that where it's like so many people, everyone's trying to get their
Well,
word
it's
in.
very
It tends to be very chaotic. I
It's
feel like
very
sometimes it's
frustrating.
like you
Yeah.
can't say everything you want to say.
Yes,
sometimes,
that's why I
you know?
had to stream. And that's very frustrating knowing about the Zack Snyder stuff because they absolutely lied on him. Like in his followers, and I don't fault them for being followers, but they absolutely believe the bullshit. Like, you know, Zach had to say that because of WB. Of course, if you're going to do a charity stream, not charity stream, but if you're going to do an auction site with stuff from the movie, that has to be checked by WB. And they were told multiple times not to have the Geeks and Gamers logo on there. So he said, I have to say this. I've told you multiple times in that clip. It's something they were warned about, you know?
Yeah.
So there's absolute lies there. And this is why you cover it, because it's also impacting people's careers in the industry. Gina Carano, I always said, if you really support her, you should say, we love you, Gina. But is this worth it? You're not really helping her career at all. She's basically sealed her deal with nonsense. Yeah, are they opinions? They could be shitty opinions. I think she has shitty opinions comparing a jab. And again, I'm not telling people to get it, but you have to have the facts.
I mean, she's allowed to say what she wants to say, and she's allowed to post what she wants to post, so people are also allowed to criticize that as well. But
I can understand where a business wouldn't want to be associated with bad info out there. I understand that. They don't want that. As freedom association is another thing too. Like Firewater says, freedom of speech, freedom of association. It's not good for your product, especially when someone doubles or triples down. That's the difference between Pedro Pascal and Gina Carano.
Well, Pedro also deleted the tweets and the Instagram post.
I believe that he was told about it. I really do.
Yeah, and he probably listened and it's like, okay, all right, fine.
Yeah.
He didn't, continue doing it again and again and again.
Oh,
and
I do have a statement on that too. His meme that he retweeted wasn't exactly false either. It was just more vague than what she said. I'm not saying it's good to do that, but he gave facts. They lost, and then it makes the viewer of that meme think about how they are equivalent to each other. So I'm just saying there's a small difference there. I'm not saying it was good. I'm not promoting that at all. I'm not. But I'm just saying the way he did it was a little, you know what I mean there?
Yeah.
He just said,
I mean, even today, Max.
Yeah.
Well, even today, I mean, did you see what happened with Jonathan Kent in the Superman comic book?
Is it Jonathan Kent?
Jonathan Kent, the son of Clark and Lois.
Who cares? I mean, it's not like it's Clark. That's what I'm saying. And even if it was Clark, okay, that would be kind of like, okay, why are they doing this? But if it's, of course, there's lots of young people that feel different.
Well, it's just like, like I saw Ryan Kindle's video earlier. It's like, oh, activists have ruined another hero.
Why did they ruin it? There's Clark Kent's still there. His brother's still there. Isn't it one of the brothers?
No, Jonathan Kent. This is from the comics, not Superman and Lois, the TV show.
Yeah, but he has... Okay, but does he have two sons in the comic or just one?
No, I think it's just one son.
Okay, well, even if it is just one, who cares?
Well, because now Superman is bisexual, Max, and now you've made Superman gay. So that's bad, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, that in there is the issue, saying that a character being gay is immediately woke now. It's so past that.
Well,
we're at the end of 2021 now.
It's woke because they're trying to pander to people, and like they're activists. They're not actually trying to write a good story, even though the comic hasn't come out yet and they don't know anything about it yet. To make a judgment whether or not it's a good story or not.
It's because the white bro Karens, and I've stopped calling them the FNWs because people are Karening out, and that was the whole point.
Just call them the Friday Night Karens. How about we just call them that?
Yeah, Friday Night Karens are the best marketing tool. Like when I did that other video with the Quarter Pounder saying, I'm starting to think this is done intentional. Yes, you give them the most free press ever. You get things trending. No one, when this stuff would stop? When you stop complaining about it.
Ray Fisher said this exact same thing. All they care about is engagement, positive or negative. You complaining, constantly making videos, negative videos, or even you celebrating it, retweeting, liking it, whatever. Engagement is engagement. That's all they care about seeing. if you're engaged in what they're doing and you're noticing it, that's all they want to see.
Yes, exactly. This is
Kelly
why
agrees as
I
well.
can. This is why I can, personally attack their moral fiber. Is that things are a game, things are funny. Exactly. He did way more than that too, Alex Jones. He does something on it, but that is okay. But saying you want more diversity in the review community is not, like Brie Larson. The one thing she said.
Exactly.
The
Like,
one
listen,
thing she said.
they never cared about Brie Larson until they saw that comment and they realized, oh, she said something that can be perceived as unlikable.
Brian,
let's monetize this and milk it for everything it's worth.
Well, here's what I say to Brian, and I love Brian. And you could come on if you want, but I kind of feel I know where you're going to go, Brian. But why is there important of discussing anything then? What's the important discussing anything? And what does every single movie pundit on YouTube do is cover the news and cover articles or, people in the industry and comment on their comments. It's all commentary. Everyone's doing it. So if John Campia messed up today, I would cover that too. The only reason I'm specifically topping out right now is because of the stream earlier.
And haven't you covered John Campia before as well?
Yeah,
many times.
Right, I'm consistent. I think the perception is that I'm just a hater and that I'm just only attacking one side. It's just that one side falls on their face consistently and lies consistently. If John Campia said, "Don't support Shang-Chi because it's woke," and and even though Venom is not a good movie, you should support just because it's not woke.
Anna said she'd like a link.
Who? Sure.
Anna Underhaven.
Can you send?
Yes, I can. Hold on.
Okay. Hey, Ryan. Yes. No, I love Brian. But it's not the same. People think I'm just doing the same thing. I'm not. I'm not making up shit. I use their actual words. And everyone says, so facts. Go through my whole channel. Every time I cover them, I stand by every video. It's all facts. It's all facts. They see diversity on a board. They think that's woke. They don't understand that there's diversity of characters, diversity of storylines. I've covered all this stuff. Listen, I don't want Zeno. This is a bad look here. I love you, Zeno, but don't say that either. She's a nice person. And she's a Twitch gamer. Don't call her that. Well, I mean, I guess you're not calling her the THOT. You're just saying an e-girl. Okay. She's done videos, and I would appreciate her more in the conversation. But we don't want to do that either. I'm not attacking the ladies that surround it. I'm saying they don't really have a voice, and they're used as a virtue signal. That's my main complaint with them. Every time they get in trouble, they say we can't be misogynists. Look, misogynists are married. Some are married too.
Yeah,
doesn't mean they're not.
I don't know. Like, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat.
Just because you know someone doesn't mean you're not. You're bad.
Well, I was just gonna say, like,
they're trying to absolve their bad behavior by association.
I won't go as far as to say that they might be this or that.
They definitely engage in misogyny.
I think they dog whistle a little bit.
They definitely engage in misogyny and that type of behavior, and then they point to the ladies that surround them as a virtue signal when they're caught in trouble. It's proven. It's been done so many times.
Hello.
We can't actually be. Oh, hi, Anna. Hi, Anna.
I like how I'm the first to acknowledge that someone else has joined the panel.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Max. Let's be on here again.
Yeah. This is why I cover it, because I have a lot to say about it. I'm not hating on them. I hate the things they do. I hate things people do. I don't hate people. There's very few people. Like, I guess there could be certain people that I do actually hate. I try not to hate people. I try to hate the things they do, and I do want us to be better. Be better shouldn't be a joke. # be better to embrace ignorance and trolls. And they defend the troll mob consistently, downvoting everything. I'm sorry, go on. Anna, what's your initial thoughts here on the stream earlier, and your thoughts on all this? Should you even cover them, is what people keep telling me.
I think it's important to talk about these people,
Yes.
because if you don't cover these people and you don't offer a contrary opinion, then there's literally no chance that the people who watch them will ever get a contrary opinion. at least if you go out and you give your opinions and you respond to their videos, it could come up in like someone, like one of their fans could see one of your videos or streams in their suggested feed, just because you have like the same the name of that YouTuber in your stream or whatever. So that could actually give them an opportunity to hear a contrary opinion, and maybe get broken out of that fucking. It's really like I hate calling it like a cult, but for a lot of people it really is like a cultish mindset that they get wrapped up in.
Well, my pal Brian, like he constantly says, "Why am I just doing this consistently? Like, why does Bill Maher have his show? He has a passion about it. I like Bill Maher. That's where I've kind of did my groove. Is he criticizes both sides. I believe that's what I'm doing. If you see any situation where I don't criticize both sides, go right ahead.
But of course, like when you do that, people on both sides are going to think like you only criticize one side because they're only going to look at the things that you're criticizing.
I think the reason it's happening so much is there's not a lot of left-leaning movie talk people left in the game after Collider went down.
Very
that
true.
Consistently talk about it, but there is extremely a lot on the conservative right-leaning. And that's why it can potentially seem that I'm one-sided. But if someone was making really dumb comments about movie talk on the left, I would cover that too.
Yeah, there's just not as much quantity, so it's difficult for you to cover it as much because you'd really have to force it if you were going to have a 100% 50-50 split. You'd have to look like
disingenuous.
It'd be disingenuous, exactly. So you just
because there are definitely lefty YouTubers, but not a lot. But the problem is that the right. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being right-leaning. I'm just saying it's a fact that a lot of right-leaning pundits have gone into the movie talk genre, and they have links to the extremely toxic political angle of the right, and it's basically making movie talk like Fox News and CNN.
Yeah, exactly. Walking in the fucking footsteps of pundits before that. And, like, even pundits who are still out there today, like someone like Tucker Carlson probably takes a lot of inspiration from what people are doing on YouTube these days. Like those type of grifters doing, like, the right-wing grift.
And I'm not against Trump supporters or right-leaning either. I'm not a fan of Trump. I'll admit that. I'm not. But you know what? Do your thing. Let's get to the chat here.
Yeah, I just care when you're trying to indoctrinate people like knowingly into. Like,
and the reason I titled this "Why You Shouldn't Support Them" is the hypocrisy is off the charts. If you're really against cancel culture, you would not try to be canceling or not supporting Simu Liu. You would show your support for them too, even though their comments. I don't like their comments. Actually, Brie Larson's comments were not that bad. Just worded bad.
Yeah, worded poorly, but I get the message she was trying to convey.
Now, Simu Liu, I love Simu Liu, but his comments were garbage.
But they're also from such a long time ago, too.
But they consciously support those people on Twitter, and I've seen Data Racer, and I keep bringing these names up because people in the community, Ichibaka, they know them in the community. All they do all day long is go.
Look at their videos too, Max. What website do they constantly use? Bowing into comics.
Yeah,
and fits the echo chamber narrative.
And they have a large agenda and a lot of links to more extreme right wing content media.
It's like they're financially incentivized to keep people in that echo chamber too, because that keeps them consuming that content without any chance of ever getting out.
Thank you, Brian. Brian thinks I'm doing the same thing. He thinks I'm just perpetuating a cycle. I don't think that's fair. I think I do love Brian, and I say criticize me all the time, but I don't think it's the same thing.
I mean, if the content's not for him, like that's fine.
No,
like,
he's been my friend for the longest, but he thinks I'm just doing the same thing as Geeks and Gamers.
I don't agree with that. Honestly,
I personally don't either. I think if I'm keeping it to the context of their words and their actions, and not making up shit like they do, they make shut up.
Yeah, the big difference I see between like you and them is you seem to actually 100% believe what you're saying, and they'll just say shit just to like get clicks and views.
Which again, we have evidence of. Just look at the way they've handled Venom 2 and No Time to Die.
I try to be not tribalistic, and it gets me in trouble with my friends. For an example, this Amico content lately is not helping me with my collaborators, and I'm not throwing heat on them. It's just like even not removing people's comments on the replay on the chat where there's people just constantly going back and forth. It's just not helping. It's not making an environment. So this is how much of an echo chamber I'm not, and this is why I say Rhea. I say Rhea, go right ahead. I support Rhea in her content creation and wanting to address criticism and try to have a more level-headed conversation. I am so against echo chambers. It's ridiculous. But somehow people still think I'm doing the same thing.
Because you're in an anti-echo chamber, clearly.
Yeah, they did try to cancel him and pretend like. Also, the ignorance, like no context surrounding it. If you have any semblance of intelligence, you know what Simu Liu was trying to say when it's groundbreaking for Asian cinema in Hollywood, because all those other examples were not funded thoroughly by Hollywood. And then we have the Bruce Lee example where they took over his project and put a white man in his project, which is his dream project. You know, with Kung Fu.
Never heard of that, but I'm not.
No, Kung Fu. Like, Bruce Lee was not a superstar because of Hollywood. He was a superstar because of where Hong Kong cinema, you know? Hollywood didn't front the bill for that. They may have played those movies here, but when he tried to develop something in Hollywood, they whitewashed his character and took over the project.
What a surprise.
So it is groundbreaking. They like to be ignorant, embrace the ignorance, and just celebrate being an asshole. It's your freedom to be an asshole. I'm not going to celebrate it and make celebrities out of it. And what else do you need? This is just one example of the complete hypocrisy. And I say, if you really are against social justice warriors and cancel culture, I would like you to examine your support of them. I don't want them canceled. I'm asking legitimately viewers that support these channels, if you really think you are against cancel culture and SJWs, what are they? There's no, I don't see how anyone cannot see it at this point.
Well, sometimes people are choose to be blind and ignorant sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You can't really control that.
Yeah.
It's difficult for people to separate themselves, especially like, look, I've had friends who I've tried to like sway to like think more independently minded, but some people, they just get swayed so much into being part of that group mind, like that being part of that tribe, they get addicted to it, and just like the idea of detaching from that, they'd literally rather die. It's really sad. Like they make it their whole life.
And let's just examine the conversation of like Movie Box is saying bisexual. If we still think in 2021 that just announcing a character is gay or bisexual and it's a newer character, it's not like they went back and
it's a character that was okay. So just for context, Jonathan Kent was introduced in 2015. He's existed for 6 years, but he only recently went from a child to an adult man because of a recent event.
So still saying that characters being gay or bi is
well, Max, their issue with it was that
but they announced just saying that.
I know, but their issue was that it was announced on National Coming Out Day, and they showed pictures of him kissing someone. Like, it's like, oh, they're trying to make a political statement here.
Yeah, but
they're being activists, not artists.
You've seen what the headlines are, though, right, RJ? It's like, DC makes Superman gay.
But it's Superman with an asterisk next to it.
Yeah, exactly. But like they're not making it clear that this is like, you know, his son. They're making tons of fucking people believe right now that they made Clark Kent into a bisexual.
Which just goes to show that people are idiots. And here's the thing. I will say this. The media plays into this a lot. The media capitalizes on hate.
They're the main
hate clicks and outrage.
Here, I'll show my pal Snowdub. He's on Twitter here.
Where do you think these people on YouTube learn it from? The news
Less
media.
than 2% of the world population can relate to this, but hey, progressive. What does that matter? If 2% exists, then so can Superboy. What's his point there? I mean, that's being ignorant.
I think his point is to be an asshole.
Right, but what's his? People exist. They could be. So what? But less than 2%.
Is he trying to say there's only 2% of the people in the world that are bisexual?
So you shouldn't care about those people. Is basically. Am I wrong in that assumption?
Well, I think what he's trying to say here. Well, he's trying to be funny. He's trying to be funny, but it's not funny. But it comes across as basically saying, "Oh, you want to make characters or show, have something that they can relate to." Oh, okay,
not a lot. So they're not the majority. So who cares? I'm not trying to straw man them, but basically that's only 2% care. Do we need these characters? I just don't think saying a character that's gay or bi anymore is woke. I just think it's common now.
I just think it's stupid. Like, again, it's a brand new character that's only existed for 6 years. Has barely been defined as a Superman outside of the fact that he's very much different from his father. Like, I don't see the issue with this. I really, really don't. Like,
what do you mean, Saggy? Get on here. Are you done with your stream? I had a problem with your whole title of your video.
Wait, this is just gonna be a continuation of that stream.
It's basically part
I'm just
2.
Gonna have Saggy. No, I don't want too many people on. But we'll have Saggy. Because they're not geeks and gamers. They're more about politics and trolling, and defending the mob, defending the worst of fandom. They're not fans. If all you do is complain, and they do not exist without Hollywood, and then they bite the hand that feeds them. I talk about I don't want Jeremy to go anywhere. I would hurt my content. I would like him to be better, but that's probably not going to happen.
Oh, it's not. But
yeah, H Barts. Yeah, now Bruce was used for the HBO Max show.
By the way, you missed H Parts' super chat.
Oh, he did? I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a little bit above that.
Okay, thank you, H Barts. See me is anti-CCP. So he cool.
Yeah, he's saying he likes Simu Liu.
Yes. Okay, I like Simu Liu too. I don't like his comments in the past, but I'm not going to dig them up either. Christopher Barker. Yes, flipping out, saying it's so woke. Also, this is just a problem
make
with
videos complaining about anything she does. Well, I literally saw a grown man cry over the fact that Brie Larson was doing push-ups on Instagram.
Hey, Saggy.
This guy. Oh, Saggy, you're muted. Nobody can hear
Your
me.
stream got better views than mine. You're doing something right.
A grown man was driven to tears because Brie Larson was doing push-ups, and he was complaining about how she's gonna ruin workouts. She's gonna yeah. It's a grown man crying over her doing push-ups on her Instagram.
Well, this is my problem too. They constantly promote these people that all they do is look on Twitter for digging up people's tweets and stuff, which is an SJW tactic.
Why are you telling people that why they shouldn't support someone?
I said they shouldn't be canceled. I'm saying if you the context of it, Saggy, is I don't believe if you are against cancel culture and SJWs, then you shouldn't support them. Because you should be consistent. Because that's all they do. It's the hypocrisy is off the charts.
I like the stash on your mask.
Yeah, I don't care.
It just works on your mask.
Well, just funny. For the context of the stash, the history of the stash, I've only used it twice. The once I knew I was going to get people Karening out, and I did it to prove a point that when it's your team, it's not okay. Because there's absolutely garbage thumbnails and stuff that this community contributes to, promotes, and loves to hate on women. And in a lot, most of the time, it's women and minorities. Talking about progress and diversity. So that's not okay. But when it's your team and it's something that you don't like, it triggers you.
I agree with Brie Larson worldwide, by the way. The Brie Larson persecution is not only for money, it's political. Yeah.
And Drunk did actually try to get my channel taken down. I didn't tell that before because I was friends with a certain puppet. Potentially, if you go based on the way they say, because he added Team YouTube This shouldn't be on YouTube. He
Your
added
friends
Team
with
YouTube
puppet?
from that thumbnail.
So did he report? So he reported it
On
Okay.
Twitter. On Twitter.
Oh, on Twitter.
Yeah.
YouTube
Added
doesn't
Team-
do YouTube on Twitter doesn't do shit.
But they criticize other people that do that. Other people that do that, like Vito. Vito did that, right? Vito did that.
Vito did do a Karen move on him. Yeah.
Yeah. So Drunk did a Karen move on me for that stash on Gina.
Oh well. Then
Even though I didn't call her Nist, I said, "Oh, is she?" And I addressed it, and I did it to trigger people, absolutely. And then the other time I did it was just to piss off a certain puppet because he's so offended by that. And I'm not going to use it again, except on me. I don't care because I know I'm not. I'm not saying they are.
I think it would look more like Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's funny.
Everybody loves Charlie Chaplin.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It looks more like Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah. That's why my title of my video is accurate and yours is not.
Well, their name is Geeks and Gamers. That is the name of their channel.
Yeah, but they're not Geeks and Gamers. They're politics and trolls.
I was
Politics
just
plus trolls.
Max. It literally is a play on words because their name of the channel is Geeks and Gamers, and then verse Geeks and Gamers. I will slap you.
Yeah.
No, I think it was a fun stream. It was a very interesting conversation, and it was very fun.
Zeno, I like this comment. Tribalism is supposed to be bad, but Max gets shit for not being tribal because the people he talks to are all about tribalism. Yes, I call it out. Also, the Amico talk is getting me a lot of heat right now. And I love Rhea, and I support her. And it's not all Rhea, too. I told her, do what you want. I said, I support you. But it is causing it for people to be less comfortable on my channel. And that's not their fault. That's mine. Like, how do I make things better where they feel more comfortable
By
here?
playing
but
the
also...
Soldier games.
Can I address a question?
Yes.
To me.
Oh, where is it?
Movie blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Transformers more than meets the eye.
I don't know where. I have to get to it. Sorry.
It's not that far up.
Why are you telling people why they shouldn't not support someone who is not being supported by someone? Like, gonna explain yourself, Melonz? Melonz.
Yes, I will explain myself because I can, and you don't have to listen to me. I'm telling you what I feel and my thoughts. I don't think anyone should tell anyone what to feel or who to.
I did do that.
I will give you my thoughts on how I feel, especially when it comes to interacting with me. But at the same time, I still think that nobody should be told, because I don't think movie blocks would like to be told what to do. Like,
no.
Support. Movie blocks should support what they want.
I am going across the line here and saying, if you do not like social justice warriors and cancel culture, you should not support these channels. I'm not saying they should be taken off the platform, deplatformed, or canceled. I'm saying if you are, and I'm saying that as a firm statement.
Nothing I said was wrong.
And I'm gonna keep.
I stand by what I said.
And I'm gonna keep saying it. And then you know how they say, you go woke, you go broke. Mine's always crying woke. You're a joke. Or something like that.
Well, let me ask Saggy this, since she's here now, and I saw this in the
faking
chat
woke
earlier.
Makes you a joke. Faking woke makes you a joke. There you
go.
Let
me ask Saggy this, because this was something brought up in the chat earlier. I didn't want to bring it up though, because I knew she wasn't here yet. Some people would like a clarification from you, Saggy, about what you meant by when you said earlier when you were yelling at me. What you meant by "it's okay to lie."
It's okay to lie.
I
well,
said
she didn't say it like that. She just said a lot of YouTubers lie.
It's okay to lie.
Well, that is the implication that some people are asking, because when you were trying to say, like, if they're lying,
basically YouTubers lie. It's not different than any other YouTubers.
I think that's what she was trying to say. I was just trying to get a clarification, because those people were asking.
What do you talk about? I said it's okay to lie.
Because we were on that debate.
No, I said you have the freedom to lie, meaning freedom of speech. You have the freedom to lie. I didn't say it was okay to lie. I said people have the freedom.
Okay,
to lie.
That's what I thought you said, but some people were saying it was okay to lie.
Yeah, no, I never. I didn't say it was okay to lie. I said that people have the it's not okay to hate, but you still have the freedom to hate. That's what I'm saying.
Well, this is the other thing too. A lot of Ethan Van Sciver, he says, I was kicked out of the industry because of my political beliefs. But then they attack people based on their political beliefs, which is not in the actual context of the content. It's on their personal Twitter. So that's the other reason they're so hypocritical. You were upset with right wingers getting out of the industry, which I believe, my personal opinion, I think EEVS is hyperbolic and lying about being kicked out. I think they said watch your social media, and he didn't want to stop. And they also had I think based on the context of seeing his activities online, I think he gets sidetracked easy, and he's bad on deadlines. But I think he's very talented.
I has a question.
You always has a question.
Max, are we gonna talk about some movie stuff too, or is this the only thing we're talking about?
Oh no, we could talk about movie stuff too. I didn't do any research though.
I have some.
That's
topics.
what RJ's for.
I got to some topics. If you want to talk about some topics.
But that was the main topic. Okay, final thoughts on the main topic.
No.
I want to get this from. I want to get this from Saggy too, because she's newer to this conversation. Do you think let me phrase it this way, Saggy. If you are truly want to be consistent against cancel culture and social justice warriors, do you think it's silly? Do you think it can be silly to support these channels that constantly do it every week?
Are you asking me if geeks and gamers are hypocrites?
Yes.
I will say
based
this.
on on these two examples.
If geeks and
gamers supporting Gina, and then mocking everyone else. They do hashtags and they sell. You have a rebellion hat, don't you? Where's the hats for everyone else?
Okay, I will say this. Yes, if Geeks and Gamers is supporting Gina Carano because she got fired for her political takes and are trying to want Brie Larson to be fired for her political takes, and yeah, that is a hypocrisy.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And
I do want to say that I tell people to criticize my content, like Saggy and Brian. But they don't actually, and I have producers of the show that are your members, but I still ultimately decide. I try, if I can accommodate, I do, but this content is always what I wanted to do. I always said my model is Bill Maher, even though people hate Bill Maher, because he does talk to both sides.
I think you should change your model from Bill Maher to Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No, Bill Nye, he's lame.
Bill Nye.
Wow. Whoa, you can't say that.
Bill.
Damn.
I'm just
kidding.
What,
Bill Nye the Science Guy?
No, I support Bill Nye. I'm just kidding.
Bill Nye.
Cancel Max. Cancel him.
Yeah, that's going to be what finally does it. You don't like Bill Nye? Jeez.
No. What is
Melon
this
Haven, I love it.
image here?
Melon Haven.
What's this? Oh, this is Lady Loki. This is Lady Loki from the comics.
Lady Loki.
Ooh, I like Lady Loki.
Well, then, hold on. I want to get something.
Definitely felt like Monday. Are you getting the Amico? The Amico. I've been enjoying covering it, but it's getting frustrating too, though. It is. Again, consistently frustrating.
Your face is consistently frustrating.
Wow.
Because I feel Rhea's been doing a great job too, and it's not. I say let's do some Amico topics and let's get some different voices in here. I will bring up this before we go to movie topics. That I do think there is a real problem in the new people coming into the Amico community and the Amico discussion, is where some of the people that have been in the game and are very pro Amico for so long take things too hard, where they shut new people off, and then the welcoming side is the anti-pro Amico community, and they embrace them, and then that causes new people that are interested in the console to also feel ostracized from the other group. I think we're not, and it's because we can't control who talks to who unless we see facts. I'm totally fine with Saggy talking. I think Saggy should be on Geeks Plus Gamers, and then it would be better. So I think that's a big problem for the Amico community, is when new people come in and they're fresh with new questions that everyone's addressed that other people are frustrated with the same questions over and over again. One side doesn't want to stops talking to them, and the other side welcomes them and tries to convince them of all the bad side, and then they get I think it's a major problem.
I agree. I agree. I 100% agree with what you're saying right there. Actually, I feel like that's something that gets kind of overlooked too. Is like there's a lot of heavy emotions that go on because there are serious things that get talked about, and I feel like a lot of time people forget the human element behind it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm frustrated too because a lot of the new YouTube channels covering it, there's one side that's really more welcoming than the other, and I think it's more associated with the anti-Amico, unfortunately, which I see a lot of problems in that side too. But they want to talk to people more than the others because everyone has been burned so much in covering this for so many years.
I just wish there wasn't so much hostility about something that's supposed to be entertainment. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I think what it comes down to is when I first got into this, I wanted to have the conversation with people, and then it just felt like people were just trying to force their opinions down my throat, and I don't like that. So I usually just all right, I'm good.
Wait, you're not actually gonna let Jarbo in, are you?
Why not?
You should let Hans in too. Hans should be.
Yeah, I would love Hans to come in.
I'll send him to Hans.
But yeah, overall, when I first started in the Miko stuff, I wanted to talk to people. People seemed like they were more forceful, trying to push things down my throat instead of educate me. So I got tired of it. So it ended up being a hostile situation. Mm-hmm. And then after I stopped being hostile, I realized now people are attacking, people are doxing, people are stalking. And I was like, there's some people that aren't bad. I've talked to a couple of them.
Can we all say, go sub the DJC? He's got some great music too. His cool. I Want the Amico track is fire.
And he gives great hugs.
Yeah, he's a nice dude. Go sub to him. He needs to get to 1K.
And he's funny. He's very talented.
Yeah, check out the DJC.
Okay, I'm done. I guess I'm done talking.
But yeah, no, it's supposed to be something that's supposed to be for entertainment, enjoy. So I don't get why there's so much hostility. I guess I could say that about anything like movies and shit like that. But I really don't understand all the hostility over you can't like this thing because I don't have this particular interest. It's it never really clicks with me. I never get the PlayStation versus Xbox thing either.
Oh no.
I don't get it.
But I do say we're failing. The pro Amico channels are failing because the anti Amico channels are absorbing all the new people.
Because hating on something, it gets more attention than positivity. Let's just
they're more welcoming to new people too. They are.
Look, as someone who's a completely neutral party in this situation, I have absolutely no stake in the Amico at all. It seems like the majority.
For example, Rhea, she's newer to the Amico talk.
Sure.
And she wants to talk to everyone.
Can I be honest for a second real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think another big reason why the pro Amico side is failing is because whether you love him or hate him, Pat the NES Punk is a huge personality with a large following.
Yeah, that's the point I was just about to make.
And he has a lot of influence in the gaming community. His podcast is huge.
Yeah, that's someone who collaborated with the Angry Video Game Nerd.
His word, especially when it comes to retro stuff, is gospel. I'm sorry.
Yeah, massive. That's someone whose endorsement you need if you're going to do something like that, honestly. So.
DJC, is trying to get Rhea to go to the Boston event to get a big hug. I would love, Rhea, I would love to say that, and I'll throw you a bone if you can make.
Can someone get me?
Whoa! Don't be throwing my girl a bone. You keep going to your wife.
I didn't mean it like that.
Whoa!
I 110%.
What kind of stream is this?
I meant I'll give her a few bucks to go, a support.
Oh, you're gonna give her money for the bone? Holy shit! Man.
Jesus!
I thought we were getting Jarbo in here. What the fuck?
I sent him a link. He could jump in.
Oh, okay, cool.
Now you want him to jump? Bones? Wow.
What's the other, before we get Jarbo, what's the other people's view on my topic, my title? It's too long of a title, that's why, and I did do clickbait. But if you really are against cancel culture and SJWs, should you support Geeks and Gamers? Why? I think you shouldn't if you are against that.
You know what, Max? I think that you're a fucking hero.
Thank you.
No, seriously, I mean it. I actually fucking mean that because you're going out here you're being 100% honest, you're being bold, and actually saying what needs to be fucking said. I might not agree with every single take that you've ever had ever, but I agree with the majority of them, and I really respect a lot of what you have to say.
Oh, thanks, Anna. I like you a lot too. Go check out Anna's channel too, and I've been wanting to collaborate more for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll come on here more. Definitely.
Cool. Hans as well. I miss Hans.
Hans.
Are you there, Hans?
Yeah, I'm eating my fruit. I just got home.
What is it? You're driving and now you're eating fruit?
Oh yeah, I got off work.
No, I know the work.
What kind of fruit? You fruity man.
I got I'm very fruity. I got grapes, watermelon, strawberry.
Oh, that's healthy.
That's very healthy. I love it.
Throw in a good slice of pizza. Get some.
I can't have that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
DJC.
Oh, you dick.
If you have a Detroit event, you need to contact Enosh. That would be amazing. I want to have an Enosh.
Oh, wait, a Detroit event.
Yeah.
I could drive there in 6 hours. I'll go.
For Amico?
Oh, no, not for Amico.
I was shocked, Hans. I was like, you know what it's about? It's for the Amico.
I heard Enosh in Detroit, and I was like, I'm in.
Well, you could still go play Amico with Enosh at DJC. Maybe you could make a hot track together.
I could. Then maybe I can have a real opinion on the Amico.
Hey,
what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hell, that was very formal, RJ. Hello.
I did the typical YouTube thing, Jarbo. I'm like, I wasn't going to talk about this, but Saggy had and I put.
I don't even know what's going on, to be honest.
Saggy did a controversial stream tonight.
I saw saw Saggy put up a thumbnail, and she's all like, geeks versus gamers or gamers versus geeks, and I was like, fuck, I had to run errands, so
it was anti Fandom Menace versus pro Fandom Menace people.
I wouldn't even say that.
She had to be clever with the title.
Yeah,
I thought it was a good stream.
So what? Okay, but fill me in. What happened? I don't know what happened.
Nothing. It was just a discussion about what people thought about Geeks and Gamers.
Saggy yelled at me. Saggy yelled at me.
I did yell at you.
It was a 5-hour conversation.
No one cares.
Yeah, but you. Yeah,
she asked me a hypothetical question: if Geeks and Gamers didn't exist, would my channel still be?
And he's like, they shouldn't exist. I was like, what? You can't say that. Yeah, he's like,
OJ,
you asked me a hypothetical question.
But your response was they shouldn't exist.
I said that the organization itself should not exist.
Hans has already clapped you for talking about for people like silence.
No,
I stop. RJ, stop making me defend them. Stop it. Why do you always do this to me?
I clarified it. I said the organization itself should not exist.
That's not even. That's not any better. That's not any better.
A little better. I'm just saying that.
Wait, hold on. You guys are upset that he thinks that people who spread disinformation and bigotry and hatred shouldn't exist. I mean, that's not really that hot of a take to have.
Well, okay.
I mean,
when you put it like that,
I mean, it's not like he's sitting there going like, "Hey guys, you all want to go flag him?" Like he's not doing that.
Freedom of speech is still a thing, though, Jarbo.
And he has freedom of speech to sit there and say, I don't want them to exist. That doesn't mean he's going to do it.
Right, but I'm saying they also have freedom of speech to.
Yeah, they have. You're right.
My argument is that I truly believe that if Geeks and Gamers never formed, I think that fandom discussion, like the overall health of movie talk and fandom as a whole, would be a much healthier place.
RJ, if the Geeks and Gamers didn't exist, somebody else would. Like there are.
And I would criticize them.
Wait, hold on. That's the argument though. That if you went back in time and you killed Hitler, we'd get like something 10 times worse than Hitler.
I didn't say 10 times worse. I just said.
But that's the argument. The argument is like if they don't exist, blank would take their place. Well, that's not necessarily true.
I do have one issue with Saggy's stream. I do have one issue.
Oh God, here we go.
Because Saggy said it's not like they're killing people or taking old people's money. And I was like, what?
No. You don't.
Wow.
No, didn't you say that?
All right, look, it sounds worse out of context, okay?
Right,
it sounds
exactly.
worse out of context.
What was the whole context?
The context was we were talking about jobs. And I was just, and RJ's thought was like, oh, well, and I'm like, dude, well, if people you work at a job and their employer is like shit, right? And this was about people who work behind the scenes at Geeks and Gamers. This wasn't like about Geeks and Gamers. These are people who work. I'm like, they're getting paid to do this job. But like, that doesn't mean they always.
No, they don't get paid. From my understanding, I like barely any of them actually make any money. So Like,
I'm sorry, unless I see their books or see page, I'm not gonna deny or confirm that they're getting paid.
Do you really think Jeremy does everything on volunteer basis, right? It's all like access to what you get if you work with them. Like, it's really that's my understanding of it, is like he would never actually pay them. How else would he afford that pool house?
Yeah, well, my comparison, I think what Saggy's trying to get to is that I basically said that it's almost if like Geeks and Gamers and the Phantom Menace are like fast food workers at McDonald's. It's like they actively enjoy feeding you garbage because, like, they know the burgers
we were
that they're
making
eating are
hypotheticals,
unhealthy.
Max. That's literally what we're doing. We're making hypotheticals.
No, you know what I'm trying to say.
So
right?
your argument,
they're knowingly feeding you garbage, and
yeah,
they're okay with it.
Yeah, she's saying like essentially like their argument is like.
That was his argument, Jargo, not mine.
And other YouTubers lie is the other thing he said.
Yeah, that was the comparison I gave her. That they're like fast food workers feeding you garbage hamburgers, and they know it, but they actively enjoy doing it.
Here's the thing: they're allowed to lie and say whatever the hell they want, just as much as we're allowed to see what they're saying and be like,
right.
Yo, they're full of shit.
And that's the thing people misunderstood with my comment when RJ asked, like, people thought you said it was okay to lie. I was like, I never said it was okay to lie. I said freedom. You people have the freedom to lie. That is true. People can lie.
Oh, I know that's what you said. I'm just saying some people got confused by that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying it was okay to lie. I was just saying people have the freedom to lie just as much as they have the freedom to hate. It's about freedom. Like, there's freedom of consequences, but at the same time, people are free to say what they want to fucking say.
Yeah, let them say what they want, but we'll be right here when they say something dumb, and they will say something dumb.
Right, and then you judge them for it, and that's fine. I never said, but like I said, everyone took that whole stream as if like I started that stream explaining that I was using talking points as a non-biased person in the middle, and that I'm just doing counter arguments for the sake of doing counter arguments. That's literally what I was saying. It wasn't meant to be like, this is what I believe and this is how I feel. I felt when you knew when I felt a certain way because I told people what I said, because I said that's my opinion. That's what I started. But I did explain in the beginning of the stream that my talking points was not like me just straight up defending Geeks and Gamers. Somebody was there that needed to because RJ was there. It started off with me and RJ, and then I added people to it.
To answer Ray's question, no, this is not Baby Nanawe. This is Jeff the Land Shark. From Marvel Comics. This is Jeff the Land Shark.
Have Geeks and Gamers done anything good for entertainment or Geeks and Plus Gamers?
Jeff the Land Shark.
I'll say no, absolutely not. They raise charity.
No, I don't think so.
They make people money with clicks, and they help make people's YouTube channels that also make click money.
Okay, what has other YouTubers done for the entertainment industry or the community? Honestly, Max, let's be real.
On an individual basis, sure, some of them have done that, but like. Largely, a lot of YouTubers just fucking
supporting things is great. There's been a lot of support from other channels, entertainment industry, supporting the people in the industry that make our content jobs instead of harassing people and making T-shirts, canceling like Naughty Dog. Ryan Kinnell's the worst of the worst.
Who canceled
Naughty Dog?
Oh, they tried to cancel Naughty Dog.
Yeah, because Naughty Dog tried to cancel them.
They got because they shared copy. They
Naughty Dog because the president of the company did a strike on their channel.
And a lot of YouTubers who got struck felt the same way. It wasn't just Geeks
and that's
Gamers.
Not that all the people that work at Naughty Dog don't deserve that. That's the part that you know
how this community feels about copyright strikes.
Yes,
true, but engaging in personal attacks and talking about making transphobic remarks in regards to Abby,
absolute lying on Zack Snyder. I know they're lying on that. I know they're lying on it.
Because trust me, when those Last of Us 2 leaks came out, there was a lot of transphobia
and
there was channels,
ruining people's careers that are associated with them. Any association with them is going to ruin your career. Because they constantly make up shit about the industry.
When people are sitting here saying Geeks and Gamers made Geeks and Gamers look bad,
they do.
But you're a geek and gamer. Are you telling me that now you look bad because of them, Max?
Geeks and Gamers, the name has been tainted because of their horrible behavior.
I already didn't like the word gamer, to be fair.
We're all gamers.
Oh, they're not gamers.
Wait, are we all Jonathan? Are we all John Kent?
Apparently, we're all
like
gamers.
If you're gonna dictate how you are as a geek or a gamer based on a YouTube channel that just happens to use that name, like I'm sorry.
I'm not saying all geeks and gamers are bad. I'm saying they've made it.
The thing is, like, what I don't get, Saggy, and I can't tell if you're playing devil's advocate or if you truly are trying to defend like the antics of these people. I understand the argument over like free speech. I get that argument, and they have every right to say it, and we have every right to criticize it.
I'm not defending them. I'm literally, at the end of the day, it's just like, this is YouTube, guys. If you don't like a YouTuber, don't fucking watch them. You don't have to spend every goddamn day bitching and moaning about it. It gets repetitive and annoying for people who do come here for Max's movie talk. There's some people who, Matt has said it himself.
Yeah.
That Matt yourself has said that you did not want to come on certain because of the Zack Snyder stuff. It got boring. Yes, exactly. And I'm not on my high horse. I'm just calling it what it is. If you can't call out your friends when you're feeling some type of way, like, I'm sorry that you guys, again, we want to talk about hug boxes. Do you want this fucking stream to be a hug box? Do you want somebody to come in and have an opposing opinion? If that's the case, I'll leave.
No, I want you here. I want your opinion.
But this is what I'm saying. If you want to sit here and say that Geeks and Gamers is a hug box, then don't be acting like a hug box yourselves, chat, by saying, "Oh, I'm on my high horse." I'm having a conversation. It's called having a diverse opinion. I appreciate it. I'm not going to be joining Geeks and Gamers. It's just literally trying to understand why when people hate something, when people hate something or someone on, why do we give them this level of notoriety in breath? Just like with people who hate Matt Jarbo. Why do you complain about Matt Jarbo? Why talk about anything? Right. Why talk about Matt Jarbo, about how much of a piece of shit Matt Jarbo is, but you're giving him the attention? They literally give Matt Jarbo the most attention. Anytime Jarbo does something and they talk about it, all of a sudden the buzz is talking about Matt Jarbo.
May I ask you something then?
It's crazy.
Because the logic that you are saying I agree with, but could that logic not also be used against the Geeks and Gamers and the Fandom?
Yeah, sure.
Why are you complaining about this so much when you could simply just stop watching stuff and just not talk about it?
I mean, all things considered, you did do a stream. You've done many streams invoking my name.
Exactly. And defending it. Exactly.
Yeah, well, and again, I'm not arguing the context. We're talking about the overall angle of it, right? It's like, when you think about it, like with these guys, what they do is they make their impact by sowing division and by spreading misinformation. And I get frustrated because it's like, those idiots come into my comment section and they're idiots. I had people today, like, someone tried telling me today in a comment that Kathleen Kennedy did not know about Luke Skywalker being in Mando season 2.
Oh, like the Doomcock nonsense, the Mike Hero shit. Yeah.
They're like, she didn't know anything about it, right? I'm like, are you fucking?
Even though there's
mental?
actual evidence that says the contrary.
It doesn't matter to these people. Like, truth and reality means nothing to these people. They're the QAnon, the Chewbacca of this whole thing. How do we view people in QAnon nowadays? We laugh in their fucking face because, you know what? I'm tired of trying to like be nice about this shit. I really am tired of it. And that's one of my also frustrations with Max is he also rides that fucking line. And it's like, pick a side or get the fuck out the way. Like, literally.
No, I'm not picking a side.
Pick a side or get the fuck out the way. I mean that like legitimately.
I want to criticize both.
Picture Jarbo the bulldozer doing that. Get out the way!
Get out the move, bitch!
I think when you call, like, people in the other stream said, stop calling them is. I want to use the terms that are going to be proven. They are prejudiced, they are misogynist, and they're ignorant. But calling them actual is a step where they can use it to gaslight the viewers, and then they do. Like guilt by association, the opposite, absolution by association.
No, well, I see John there saying, "Good job, Jarbo, insulting your audience." I'll tell you one thing, John. I'll tell you what I've learned over a decade of doing this.
100.
It's not that I don't care about the audience. I'm not going to sit there and lie to you. I'm not going to sit there and tell you what you want to hear because you need confirmation bias because you weren't hugged enough as a fucking child. All right. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that we live in a land of rainbows, sunshine, and blowjobs. All right. Like we don't.
We do. I do.
Well, you can't, you do, but move to, I'm just saying, when this world that we live in right now, where misinformation happens more often than not, it is,
the only thing to do is address it.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, it's like I agree with Jack. You got to pick a side. because that's where we are. That is where we are. It's a side. It's not a nuanced approach anymore, Max. We're beyond that now.
Well, where do you think what do you think of, what am I doing? Because I have like,
I'll be honest with you. I love you to death, buddy. You know that, but it's like every time, you'd bring on like Echo based network, I just get furious. It's like, cause you know what they're here to gaslight you.
Okay.
They're here. They pay you money through super chats because they're like one of the only ones that drops like a $10 super chat because it gets your attention, and then you'll bring them on and they're like, no, hail Gary, hail Doomcock. They're all pretty good guys, Max. And they'll do that shit constantly. Every time you go hard at them,
I shouldn't have them on anymore.
No, what I'm saying is you should be fully aware of what they're doing. Okay. Take their money. I don't fucking care, dude. Take it all.
How do you know?
Have them just pump their bank account right into your goddamn veins. I don't give a shit.
How do you know I wasn't?
Can you do
because
that?
I know you well enough to know that you're not.
They're nice enough, and they haven't done any. They haven't done.
Yeah, they haven't done anything. That's right. Because it's all. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But they still go on Doomcock streams. Yeah. They still go on all those other guys' streams who push all that sexist, bigoted, racist shit. Okay, they go on there.
Do it on their channel.
But are we really gonna have that argument here of like, well, what if? No, dude. If they're on there, they have a high threshold for shit. It's like Firewater said, who would be very good in this conversation right now. I really wish he'd come back.
So I don't want to go that far as to not have people on that support these channels. I think that's a bridge too far for me personally.
I think honestly, I think you're playing. I think you're playing
by certain puppets. Yes, I've been burned.
Well, there's that. Yeah, that you have been.
I agree with both, though. Pick a side for what? The side I choose is mine because at the end of the day, I only have me.
Well, this is what's happening in the Amico talk.
Is there an impending war coming?
People come and go all the time, and people always get mad over shit you say, and they take it to heart, and they get all mad, and then they leave. People aren't permanent. You know what side you take? Yours. If you feel like you feel like you want to get to know people, talk to people, not close yourself off from people, you learn something.
The same thing is happening in the Amico talk right now. I want to talk to new people that I really disagree with their tactics and stuff, but they're willing to talk. And it's causing me issues on both sides too.
Right. And
so I'm not. Yeah.
Right. And if we didn't talk to each other, but here's the thing: if we didn't talk to each other, Jarbo, and in all realness, if we
see what I'm talking about, there we go. Right, bam, bam. They're always here. They're always here. Well,
it's only one that's Nick. But if we didn't talk to each other, Jarbo, I wouldn't have met you. And if
I'm not saying don't talk to each other. I'm not saying don't talk to each other. All I'm saying is understand the game and understand the bullshit.
But here's
that's
the thing,
what I'm saying.
People have said that same thing about you. When I first
let them say that about me. Let them say that to my face, though, and I will fucking counter those arguments to their fucking face.
I got to know you, and I wanted to get to know you because I don't listen to.
No, there's a difference, though. There's an absolute difference in how the approach is. All right, if I were to go on to, let's say, I don't know, Richard Spencer's YouTube channel and hang out with Richard Spencer, all right. Richard Spencer is the guy who coined the term alt-right in the United States. All right.
I don't. Okay.
Okay, so like let's say I was gonna go on his channel and start hanging out with him and talking to him, and then never ever coming back and saying like, well, maybe some of the very racist shit that he says is bad, but he's really a nice guy. He's really a nice guy, man. Super nice.
That's a little extreme.
Is it? Is it extreme? And I mean this literally because we know with it is my belief that Doomcock is commandant. It is my belief that him pushing the culture war aspect that he does, talking about my culture, talking about, that's a dog whistle for like white supremacy and white nationalism. When he goes full mask off about the Black Rocketeer, he goes full mask off about James Bond. This is not something that he is really even hiding anymore.
Well, this is his Rocketeer video.
And it's so I'm just saying, and it's absolutely never once clapped back on by his audience. So I don't give a shit if Echo Base wants to tell me Doomcock is the nicest guy. I don't care. He could tickle your butthole while he's sucking your dick dry. I don't fucking care. But if you go there and if you have any inkling in the back of your brain about maybe this guy is pushing some seriously fucking hard-coded messaging shit, and you don't say anything about it, and you just kind of sit idly by and you allow him to help boost you up so you get subscribers and you get money and you get relevance off of his name and that audience that he's cultivated, then you're no fucking better. You're a fucking coward. That's what you are. Because if you stand idly by and let this shit go down, and you know what, Max, I know you're not the kind of person to do that, because you called out Andy Signor, and that cost both of us our friendship with Lewis. All right, that much you did, and it was the right thing to fucking do. It was the right thing to fucking do. But what I don't understand about that is this is again a clear example of the kind of shit that is said on those live streams and in those kind of videos that you know that they associate with because it benefits them financially and it benefits them socially. And that is the whole point. I don't know if Nick and Coach are nice guys. Everyone keeps telling me that they are. They hang out with fucking assholes who are fucking bigoted and fucking prejudiced and fucking racist and fucking sexist. That is what they fucking do.
Jack,
and so
I'm not an echo box. I love your comment here, so that's why I wanted to bring you on.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is that, but I have to go because I have to get my fucking stream off the ground in 4 fucking minutes.
Sure, sorry.
Bye, Jarbo.
Anyway,
Have fun, Jarbo.
my whole point.
Thank you for your
insight.
insight.
I'm loud and I admit that. My whole point essentially is that, you know what, you have to pick a side because this cherry picking shit has got to fucking stop. Because if you want change, you've got to call it out and you got to push for what you believe is right.
Yeah.
And so by trying to play nice, you win no friends.
If you keep cutting
That's
people
not
off,
true. I
though,
made
your
you friends
circle
with you.
keeps going, getting
Okay, bye,
smaller.
Jarbo.
So I think I kind of
Let me
understand
just-
what he was saying.
Well,
I think it kind of clicked. I'm sorry,
Jack,
John.
So the one thing I just wanted to say, like, I'm about to go to bed anyway. So the one thing I wanted to say though is that, kind of like going off of this comment, like when you allow those like TFM people to come into this,
I need
like
to push
into
back
this channel,
is the accurate
like
criticism.
what you're doing is you're giving them a platform to speak. Like, hey, you know, we're not that bad of people. You know, what we do is like, it's just us being frustrated with the movie industry. It's just you're allowing it. You're allowing them to come in here and talk like that, and you're allowing them to spread that message that what they're doing isn't bad. That's the problem I have. That's
I don't think,
it's
like,
nothing.
he definitely wasn't doing that consciously though. Like,
Well, that's I'm not saying
I
he
have
was
to
doing
be
that
careful
consciously,
about
but
it.
like when
I
you're,
think
it's kind of like think about the Alex Jones stream that they did. Like, what was it, a few months ago? I don't remember how long ago.
It's
but
like a month ago.
When you're taking these radical figures and you're putting them in those prominent positions, you're allowing them and what they're saying. You're kind of almost normalizing that, and that's what I'm saying.
wow.
Is wrong, and that's why personally, like when I see these TFM members come in here try to defend their actions and what they're saying, I have a problem with that just because the tactics that they use and the language that they use is really, really terrible. So that's my main thing. Honestly, though, I'm not going to sit here and argue all night because I want to go to bed. So
no, I
that's
miss
just
you,
my
Mitch,
piece.
buddy. Go check out Saggy Melonz too. Jack's a great guy. I found him when we both followed these channels, and we kind of we've had some really interesting conversations. And I like your comment. I think I have to be more careful. I agree with that.
And to the people, like, first of all, I fell for this trap. I fell for this TFM trap before. You know, they take people who aren't informed about big issues and they feed them this information that sounds like it's true, and then they draw them in. It happens every time. That's what happened with me. I got, like, there was this movie review I was watching from that channel, and they started talking about all this stuff, and I started getting drawn into it. It's happening to a lot of people, and I think what you guys and what everyone needs to do is just, we need to be more informed about what we're talking about, and that the language that they use, because
I agree with that.
it's very easily goes under the radar unless you actually are in the know about what's the word for it? Jarbo said it earlier, but, you know, kind of like that sign language, like that, you know, using certain trigger words pretty much to kind of spark outrage, like, oh, you know, the government, you know, all this bad stuff, it's ruining the movies and stuff. And it's just like that's the type of language you're going to hear off of these videos, and that's the type of stuff you got to like really look at and see, okay, what does he mean by the government or identity politics? He's talking about probably, you know, inclusion in movies or diversity or something like that. That's what that language is talking about. There's plenty of videos out there about all these dog whistles, like, and how you can interpret them. So I suggest to anybody who's watching right now who doesn't understand kind of like what I'm talking about, go watch some of those videos because they'll explain to it a lot better than I can right now. But anyway, I'm gonna head off. And
Good night.
We appreciate you, Jack.
See you, Jack.
You guys have fun playing your debate game, whatever. Yeah.
Jack's awesome.
All right.
I was going to say something actually about what after that about what Jarbo said.
Go ahead. Hans.
About about Doomcock. So Geeks and Gamers and like Jeremy, all of them, they always wonder why everyone calls them a racist and sexist and all that crap. But then after what Jarbo said about Doomcock, they all associate with all these people, and then this was during the Clone Wars finale. Max, you might remember Jeremy had a problem with the two female characters based off a picture.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a huge deal of
character design.
Yeah.
Their hair looks woke.
Yeah, and then he tried to backpedal that and say, "Oh, it's not the hair," and then people like me and Firewater started saying shit like, "Oh, well, if it's not the hair, is it that they're women or the skin color?" And then he went back to the hair. But if you take everything Jarbo said, and then see that like Jeremy associates with all of them, and then he acts surprised when people try calling him out for being a racist and sexist, and he sits there confused when he does shit like that constantly.
Remember Vice Admiral Gender Studies? I remember that shit.
I remember those jokes.
Welcome, Saggy Melonz, a new member.
I was a member. I just my card. I had to get a new credit card.
Welcome.
So
okay.
It paused my thing, and I was like, "Oh wait, I forgot to become a member."
I should I should go grab a snack, and then I'm gonna probably hop over and join Jarbo in like 10 or 20 minutes. All right, thanks for having me, Max. I appreciate it.
Bye, Anna.
Bye. See you.
I think what it comes down to and why, because like somebody, you have a super chat which I was gonna let you read first because I want to comment on this super chat.
Thank you. I like fourth $1,005. I appreciate the support. I like Jarbo. I'm just reminded of some of his hot takes where he went off on Snyder. Dude's a bit extreme. Pick a side. It's not that serious. I think the problem is not talking, like cutting people off is the worst thing you could do, and then your circle gets so small. And I've had this argument as long as I've had my channel. Someone always has said, you shouldn't talk to this person or that person. And that's what Saggy's having. That's what people are doing to Saggy right now. And it doesn't help anything. And it just makes things worse.
Now, it makes Geeks and Gamers look good.
Now, if you say that you're letting him railroad you, like if I had Nick on and he didn't super chat tonight. Thanks, Nick. Which is fine. He could still come on without super chatting. But notice... But the real issue is maybe I'm not pushing back enough when he comes on. I could say that. But stop talking to people unless they do you dirty, like, releasing stuff that's not public information or something like that, or do something really against you. I don't, like, if Jeremy said he wanted to come on, I'd probably have him on. I would never have Alex Jones on, though.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like, it's. I think that's why I'm looking at it differently, because, like, it's not that serious for me. I never really watched Geeks and Gamers or Ryan Kittle, like any of those guys. I only really saw their stuff here. And that was a problem because I'm only seeing what you guys are showing me. I'm not putting in the work to actually like see what these people are talking about outside of like the clips I've seen. So I wanted to get more information like Jackson, and kind of like understand the opposition and understand why there is an issue. But like when I did that, it was nothing but people railroading me and making me feel like shit for doing so. So like, yeah, when people do that and then you say pick a side, well, if you're going to do that to me, guess what? It's not going to be yours. That's why I like to talk to people, because again, if I didn't talk to people, I wouldn't even be on this panel right now. I wouldn't know the people I know. Because if I listened to what other people said about you guys, then we wouldn't be friends.
To be fair, no one was really talking about me back then.
I don't think you should associate with RJ.
I don't either.
What the hell did I do?
You agree?
I don't associate with RJ.
I agree. I think we should just boot him.
Okay, well then we're not associated with RJ
actually,
anymore.
RJ's the best, and I'm sorry I didn't make your gaming stream the other night.
Oh no! I delayed it. I delayed it till tomorrow because I wanted to go on Saggy's stream, so it's until tomorrow.
But I got to talk to Tommy again last night, which was great. Not slightly. I was on the panel. It was he had a really nice moment there, and of course people were mocking.
Yeah, I heard that he was so happy, he almost cried.
No, he did. He was emotional because it's his sister that had she was handicapped and she passed years ago, and that was always hard on them, his younger sister, I think. And that's why the date's so important to him. And that's why he tried to initially have the release date then. And because he's so passionate and a lot of people are mocking him. It's easy to make fun of the Amico, and people don't believe in what he's saying. When everyone doesn't believe in when very few don't believe in what you're doing, the people that do, it means that much more. And of course, on that date, it was overwhelmingly emotional for him.
Well, on that note, I need to go get some water, and then I'm going to go cloud chase off of Matt Jarbo. So thank you, Max.
Jesus, RJ.
Hans, I love you very much,
like,
even though
wow.
you bully me. Saggy,
It's Saggy,
Smell.
Max, and Matt all in a night.
I know.
just hit
Cloud
1K.
chasing out
This
everyone.
guy, he doesn't want to stay here and talk to us anymore.
You know what's funny is after that stream, before I was like, hey, you should probably, we'll talk about your whole monetization thing after the stream. And after the stream, he just dipped to clout chase on Mac. It matters when you actually are monetized, okay, RJ, to start clout chasing, because you at least get paid.
I'm not cloud chasing. I'm just stream hopping. It's not.
He's
How's that cloud chasing?
You're clout chasing though.
If I was cloud chasing, I'd stay
Stop
here.
clout chasing Max. He smells.
I don't smell.
How do you know you wear a mask? Could you even smell through that thing?
My wife would tell me if I smelled bad.
I don't think she would because she loves you.
No, she would tell me.
She would not. She loves you so much. She'd be like, you smell like love.
Yeah, that's why I'm on Movie Talk right now. That's why I'm on my channel so much. Yeah.
But no, actually, probably my YouTube channel is probably aft, which is okay.
Okay, bye. Go clout chase.
Yeah, go clout chase.
Nah, I'm gonna stay now.
We need the Han show.
Who?
We do need.
Who?
You? What?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I'm driving. I'm eating fruit.
I have a headache. My headache came on at the beginning of that stream, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be
I was getting upset because of the people people that do support Geeks and Gamers on your stream really believe the bullshit about the Zack Snyder situation, and the people that I talk to have direct contact with Zack Snyder and just say that was a complete lies and stuff that they did and bullshit.
I gave my take on the Zack Snyder stuff.
I know.
Yeah,
but that's why I was getting frustrated, because they believe that stuff.
Well, my thing, I wasn't defending it. Like I said, I thought the way that situation was handled was piss poor, and I've said that many times.
They were told in advance not. Well, here's the main thing I had an issue with is WB did not tell him he had to do that statement. They said they don't want the logo on the charity site, or not the charity site, an auction site that auctioned actual items from the film. So they have to get WB's okay for that. They don't want the Geeks and Gamers on there anywhere, and they were told multiple times ahead of time. So the only reason Zack Snyder said anything is because they didn't follow directions. So,
yeah, they spun that in their favor.
Oh, thanks, Star Scipio. I don't think he was actually going to come. I admitted that was a mistake. I make mistakes all the time. I admitted telling people to.
That was a mistake. You felt the way you felt, and you didn't want him on. I don't blame you. That's
I was pissed off at the moment, yeah, and then I realized that's not the best because I really didn't want to talk to him. But then I was like, all right, yeah.
I just didn't think you should. I don't think he should have got timed out. That's all.
No, that's true. That was my mistake. I gave the okay for that. I shouldn't have done it. Oh, thanks, Mladen. Mladen's here on the live stream. I appreciate because Mladen supports my channel, but I usually see him in the comments like replay. No, I'm not, but I didn't rush out to see it either, though. Actually, I took our nieces to the theater. They haven't been to the theater since the pandemic. They were so excited to go because they had off from school. I had off from work. And my mother, yesterday when I dropped off the groceries, said, "Don't you have off tomorrow?" And I was about to say, "No, I don't." But I'm like, "Yeah, I have off." And then we had a fun day. We saw Free Guy. That movie is amazing.
I gotta still see Free Guy.
Free Guy is so much fun. I loved it. The girls were laughing hysterically. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend that movie. Really good time. No, I did not fall asleep, even though I was tired because it was the laughs were so frequent. Okay, well, I might end the stream soon too. Anyone had any other comments that they want to put in?
RJ smells.
RJ said he'd be right back.
He still smells.
Oh, okay.
He can't even defend himself.
Good.
Well, I do get frustrated with my friends saying don't do this type of content though. I do.
I personally don't care what kind of content you. I just didn't like the mustache because I was like, whoa.
No, I'm not going to use them anymore.
But that was literally my only criticism.
But I told you why I did it.
No, I know, but that's why I said, like, I will tell you how I feel about something, but I'm not saying you have to listen to me. I will tell you my thoughts, but again, if you still don't listen to me, I'm not going to hate you for it and be like, well, F you, like, I can't be friends with you anymore. I don't care. Like, I think everyone should be allowed to give somebody a criticism without it having to get to the point where, like, I have to not associate with you anymore.
Right. I think it's fair to say if I have people that are supporters that I should be more push back on them more when they're like, oh, they're great. I think that's fair commentary on having them on.
You do it to me, but you don't do it to Echo Base. I'm gonna call you out for that.
I think I've pushed back. The last time Nick was on, I think I pushed back with him well and called him out on some stuff, but
not really, because I think somebody else was here and did that, and you couldn't get a word in edgewise. All
right, thank you. Hi, hello there, 100. Good night, Max, Saggy, RJ, Hans, and chat room. Rhea, I still want to do an Amico stream next week, but I just got to be more careful. I gotta. Yes, and that no super chats tonight. Thanks, Echo. Because that was what Matt Jarbo said. They use you with their super chats. They get on here and they just say,
"Hey, Echo, you can send me a super chat."
You're not even monetized yet. Shut up.
We love Saggy too. What about Max? Nick, do you Zeno? The hell is that?
Oh,
Zeno, come on! Don't be like why?
What did he say?
Because he supports them. Until Nick starts doing the bullshit they do, I'm not going to call them out. I'm really not.
Well, doesn't he go on their channels though?
Huh?
Doesn't he go on their channels? Isn't that what Matt's argument was?
Yeah, he does go on their channels, and he collaborates.
So
with them.
he's okay with all that. So that he's okay with all of that stuff then. He doesn't call it out either.
He said on Saggy stream, I don't agree with everything they do, and I know he doesn't agree with everything I does, and he's still here.
So if he's on like a stream with them and they say something he doesn't agree with, why doesn't he say something?
But here's the thing: I don't watch all the streams.
You want to come on the show? I think that's Echo Base. Here's your grift. I think this qualifies for this. You want to come on the show? You want to come on? Do you want to come on then? Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on? If anyone wants to come on, do you want to come on? Do you want to come on the show? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do it twice. Sorry.
Do you want to come on?
Honestly, that is my crime because I do want everyone to come on. The reason that's so funny is I do want to talk to people I disagree with. I completely disagree with Nick.
Do you want to? I can give you a criticism, Max.
Thanks, Hans. Thanks, Rhea. Do you have the complaint box ready? Okay, go ahead, Hans.
All right. I think sometimes when you're trying to have like good discussions, you get too many people on the panel, and no one really can get a full idea or sentence in.
Facts, and that's also
Shut
my
up,
problem
Hans. You have
with
no
that.
clue what you're talking about.
With that clip saying, "Do you want to come on?" I do want everyone to come on. I want to be friends with everyone as much as I can. I don't cut people off unless I absolutely have to. I mean, look at my puppet friend. I'm still his friend, but I honestly don't know when we're going to collaborate next. I don't. It's just weird. It's not. I mean, I don't hate him either. I'm just like, okay, is that what you're going to do? I don't. And I'm not talking about him.
I think that puppet is on a gray thin line.
No, I think he is funny. I like his rap music. I think he has a lot to offer, and I'm not talking bad about him. I'm not going to burn that relationship forever either. It's just weird is all. That's all. But Nick hasn't done anything except overly defending people that he supports, which but he's also here. He also watches Saggy too, and she criticizes them as well. He's fine with opposing opinions. He says, I don't agree with you at all, and he still supports people.
Right, and I've had private conversations with
Echo's
people.
trying to buy me out.
Right, like I've had public and private conversations with people, and I've been consistent with my opinion. That's why when people were like getting on me and saying I'm on my high horse, I'm like, I'm on a high horse because I'm trying to have more conversations. What kind of world do you guys want to live in where everyone agrees with everyone's take all the time?
In the most interesting conversations are where people don't agree with each other.
Right, like everybody comes.
Wait, Saggy, I have a question.
John Wong, I have a safe place to say I love Donald Trump. Thank you, man. Yeah, sometimes we're completely talking about something else. John Wong says I love Donald Trump. I'm like, okay, why is that about Batman?
What's your question, RJ?
Okay, my question for you is: have you actually ever ridden a horse before?
No.
Oh, because you're really great at it so far.
Fourth 1000 instead of
smashing. Burn.
It's not a burn when you're the only one calling it a burn after you made the burn, I guess.
Zeno, if there's something to call them out on, I will call them out. What did they do?
Zeno has made accusations that Echo Base has said some very racist and bigoted stuff on their streams before. I think, or
stop
using
stuff. I don't know. This.
I'm just saying what Zeno was saying in the chat. I'm just reading what he said. I'm not saying that's what they did. I'm just saying what he said.
If I saw proof of it, I would call Nick out for sure. But I didn't.
Ooh, Zeno dropped the link.
Where? I don't see it. I'm in.
I was telling him to drop it.
Oh. If there's something to call them out on, I will call them out. I think they'd say that's fair.
Maybe. They don't really like being called out.
Nobody likes being called. Who the hell likes being called out? Nobody
I mean,
does.
I do.
No, you don't.
Listen,
they double down
I
all the time instead of trying to have a conversation.
I admit my mistakes when EVS started that. She's got a flat board as a butt. In the past, I've made a few jokes myself, and I regret doing that. So I mean, it's a mistake. It's not. I don't think it's.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Brie Larson's booty.
What'd you say about it?
I said it. I joined in a little bit of that flat booty talk. Because of the images when she first got Captain Marvel.
How could you, Max? That's terrible.
No, I feel bad about it. I do. But it's not anything.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Flat booty lives matter, guys.
Booty lives matter?
Here's the thing. There's also a difference between like making just like a joke about something and then taking that and running with it. There's a huge difference with that. When they start making it like almost a meme, that's where it really starts becoming a problem. But making like just a joke about something, I don't think we should really be criticizing or looking too deep into a one-time said joke.
John, I don't think they would block them. I think the chat would give them hell, but I don't think they would block them if they said I love Joe Biden. I just haven't seen that. I don't know. All right. Oh, Shifty Gizm watched her yoga video. Yeah.
Whose yoga video?
Brie Larson. Okay.
I think overall, like I said on my stream,
I think we're ending here soon.
I think I won for the most part.
Yawn us out. Out. Say good night to everyone.
I mean, we could disagree on
Lady Thor, that's woke.
Yeah, it is. It is woke.
It's super woke.
At the end of the day, we're still friends. We can have a different opinion and still be friends. I know no one.
Bro, how does that horse joke sound like a failed pickup line? Come on, man.
It could have been taken that way for sure.
How?
Ro, that's why I love you. Thank you for pointing that out. I wasn't gonna say it because I didn't want to embarrass RJ any more than he's already embarrassed himself tonight. But
how? I don't get it. You guys are weird.
How? You've been here the whole time. You should know.
I'm just saying. How could you read that as a pickup line? You guys are weird.
You're weird. Talk about me.
You're the one who
horses.
said it.
Right. You wanted to know if I rid horses, and then you said I've been doing it all night, baby. And I was like, wait, what?
No, I said you've been doing a great job at it thus far. That's all I said.
Riding a horse?
Yeah, because the guy was saying earlier you get off your high horse. It was a joke. Is a play on
Jokes
that.
are funny.
Yeah, you should have said that joke when that person said it. Now it's like not like an hour later, RJ.
I had to leave to go get a drink.
Your delivery is awful. You should put your head down in shame and cry about it.
At least you're not a comedy
all
channel.
This RJ hate. I was just joking before, but RJ, I support. I stand with RJ.
This is how we show love to each other. You are not in my Discord, Max. RJ throws his fingers at us.
There's
too.
a lot of.
I deal with a lot.
RJ
of abuse.
usually starts
I deal
it.
with a lot of abuse.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
I've
I'll
seen
literally
it.
come.
I've
No,
checked Discord. I've seen it. He's
I've
fast.
literally I've literally come to my Discord. It was like, "Good morning, everybody," and RJ would be like, "Shut up, bitch."
No, he did not say that.
Yeah, he did. He did. We had to delete it.
Yeah,
No, he did not.
No.
We'll show you the logs of all the stuff we've had to delete of RJ's abuse of me and Hans in that server. It's all.
Hey, we got proof.
You started though. You started though. Sometimes.
By saying good morning, sir. How dare you?
I never said that.
Yes,
I
you
never
know,
said
Hans
not after a
said
good
so.
morning like that. No.
Nope. I say good morning, and RJ's like, "Shut up, bitch." And then Hans will be like, "Don't talk to Saggy like that." And he'll be like, "Shut up! I'm gonna slit your throat." Yeah, he's very.
Whoa!
Crazy.
I've
Yeah.
never said that. That's a lie.
My videos never get monetized.
He's very crazy, man. No, you won't get it.
Yeah, RJ's nuts behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's crazy, man. Y'all don't know. He's got a tattoo on his he's got tramp stamp and everything. He's crazy. He's wild. He's
Tramp
wild.
stamp.
Yeah, he's got teardrop. He's got teardrop tattoo on his eye. You don't see it because he puts makeup on when he gets on his camera. But he has a couple teardrops on his eyes. It means he killed people, y'all. He's crazy.
No, I'm not a morning person either. No.
All right. Who's taking it? Hans, end the show.
Oh, how do I? RJ, end the show. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Thanks
night,
for watching.
everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
We'll see you next time.